guys, it's me. I'm at the Open Door Soup Kitchen here in Winston today. It is the 22nd of the month of January. And of course, it's really cold out there. You knew that anyway, right? Well, I was outside looking at the snowfall in Winston today. It wasn't really that much from what I could see downtown. It was like maybe about 7 centimeters. That was about it we got here in downtown Winston. And as you can hear, because everybody's got the heat on, my throat's a little raspy. But I wanted to just explain one thing to you that I'm working on, just for the hell of it. As you may, some of you who have been around working with me for a few years know this, and some of you who are new with this probably don't know about this. We used to have a radio station broadcasting on the internet. That's right, we have a radio station as well as a video station. Well, unfortunately, my internet connection is a little bit slow to do video streaming. But carrying a couple potential audio streams is possible. Because after all, it is an AM radio station. It's a Part 15 AM radio station. So if I keep it simple, a 32-bit sound, mono, I might be able to get so we can have, like a couple channels of music for you to listen to. And that's what we did originally. What happened was originally, in case you didn't know, because you did know, but couldn't figure out why the radio station disappeared, my neighbor's computer had failed, and this is a couple years ago. And so she asked me if she had a computer that would be compatible with her applications. And I said, yeah. And I did. And it was been running the radio station streaming server for a long time. So I said, well, why don't we just go ahead and transfer your hard drive over to this model and then do a fresh install of the Linux operating system. I already had Linux on it, but she wanted to take her hard drive, which already had her personal files anyway, which is Linux, and we put that in. And the original hard drive I reformatted for other applications. And so I decided that it would be nice, after all this time, to consider getting another streaming radio station out there. The problem is Sound Exchange. I mentioned that briefly about licensing through Sound Exchange for internet radio streams can get really, really nasty. And so I decided, because I didn't have the kind of money to pay for the licensing fees that I was quoted from Sound Exchange, I decided not to. Upon doing that, I also realized that I was seriously undercutting the capability of my radio station going out to more people. And so, I think about it now is how much could we have gone, where could we have gone if we had kept streaming. So, it's not too late. I can always stream again. There's just a couple technical implementation mites to deal with. And I'm not going to go through all the business explaining it all. You might as well, okay. First of all, the first problem we're going to run into is that I was going to originally be on Shoutcast. Then Shoutcast changed their license requirements, and requiring that you have to sign up for a license from Fraunhofer to do MP3. Then they changed the server again, which makes even applications even more difficult to implement. And since Shoutcast never put the source code for the server on Linux, just the binaries, I never know what I'm getting into with that. So I find it really kind of frustrating, because I have to figure out what I'm supposed to do with the internet and all that. But it's going to be freezing for the next few days, so there's no really any reason why I can't do something with it. I just have to figure out how I'm going to implement it and make it happen. By the way, the computer that is the web server, in case you didn't know this, we have a web page for here at Pink Rose Palace, which is pinkrose.dhis.org. That computer is an old computer that was made in 1995, believe it or not, in that old original 486. It's a Pentium 100, which means there's 100 megahertz, not the 100th edition of the Pentium chip series. They haven't gotten that far yet. Right? So it's funny. This 100 megahertz processor with 96 megabytes of RAM has been dishing out web pages for a long, long time. It's over 20 years old, or pretty close to it. And I'm not necessarily going to be retiring the machine, but looking at trying to compile ice cast on it in dark ice, because it's also a radio station server too. Oh, you didn't know that? It runs everything. It's the radio station server, it's the web server, and possibly it might end up becoming the streaming server. And so that's kind of where it goes. So as far as technology, we've been using this machine for so long that it's just amazing that this old machine is still with us and it's still working. Just kind of keeps it below the dust out of the power supply. That's the only thing I have to do is a little bit of PM on it. But anyway, so I'm going to see if I can try to get the radio station back in the air. Oh, yes, I know that now that I downloaded QuickTime's Broadcaster from Apple, and I can now broadcast video as well on the internet, but the bandwidth on my internet connection is just not there to handle a massive video stream going up to the internet. Now we're not potentially getting lynched by the people in the building, because our network is shared by many families, so I don't think that would be practical to do video. But anyway, for right now, I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to see what I can do to maybe get our network up there and on the radio station and everything. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, guys? Bye-bye.